Hey there, Heather. Hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome to yet another Stone Cold Hockey video, and we are going to be doing the 83-84 season with the Edmonton Oilers, trying to get them to destroy the Islanders' Stanley Cup chances. We are 13-12-2, one game above 500, but yet second in our division. Comparing it to everyone else in our division, well, Winnipeg's 2 games above 500, but yeah, we've played one extra game than Winnipeg. Chicago, Minnesota, and St. Louis are not above 500, which was funny. I mean, everyone in the Adams division except for Hartford's above 500, and 4 of the 6 teams in the Patrick division are above 500. So, it's weird. The Campbell Conference is weak right now, so that's for the taking. Anyway, Gretzky with 20 goals. He's fourth behind Rick 5, Pierre LaRouche, and Mike Gardner. Oh, 5's a good goal scorer. Gardner, yes. LaRouche, flash in the pan. Edmonton, Yari Curry, and Paul Coffey are tied for 17th on the goal scoring list. On the points list, we have ourselves Gretzky in the lead with 56, Michel Goulet second, 42, Mike Bossy, 41. Paul Coffey's actually tied for fourth, which is pretty impressive. We have Edmontonian, and Yari Curry's 25th. Anyway, goals against average, Al Jansen looking pretty hot, 176. Rolly Muleson, 201, and Tom Barrasso, 232. Moog's 8th, and Fear's 20th. Well, Fear sucks. He's 3-9-2 compared to our boy Andy Moog, who's 10-2-1 with a 3.1 goals against. So that's what ends up happening. Andy Moog has been on fire. We should have him more often. Standings wise, yeah, we're second in the division. Our points percentage is behind Winnipeg. St. Louis is only in the North Division. Buffalo had Quebec for second, behind Boston by points percentage, and Philly second behind the Rangers. Edmonton is 6-6 at home, 7-6-2 on the road, 117 goals. We have scored the second most. Only one team, and that is the Rangers, have scored more. Well, they've had 124 and 29 games. We've had 117 and 27. Anyway, a lot of hat tricks. 21 hat tricks. Only Brett Sutter has a 4-goal game. Memorable games. Top one is New Jersey Toronto, October 16th, when Toronto was up 6-3 and choked it in overtime. Toronto LA 7-6. October 8th, when it was only their second game each. And Philly Quebec, October 25th, when Quebec was up 4-1 and choked it. And then Toronto 6-5, November 12th against Philadelphia. Philly was up 5-3, but Toronto scored late and then in overtime. Hartford LA, October 25th, when Hartford finally won a game. Finally. And then Quebec 6-5 win November 15th, when Detroit was up 5-3. So yeah, overtime always adds something nice. Our top game, the 30-point game against Minnesota, when we were down 3-0 off camera. And Moog beat Milosh, and we won in overtime with Curry's goal. Anyway, that's it. We faced the New York Islanders in what could be a preview of the 1984 Stanley Cup Finals. What could be. I mean, when you look at us against the Islanders are 15-10-1. They would have to go 35-16-3 to come close to their record. We have to be 44-6-3 to match our mark from the real 1984 season. Excuse me. Moog will come in net. Rolly Muleson, who's also hot. He's the backup for the Islanders. He's going to be starting. No Billy Smith and no Kelly Rudy. Our team, we have the great Wayne Gretzky, Glenn Anderson, the Finnish Flash, before Selene, Yari Curry, Paul Coffey, Kitchener. Sorry, I have to yell Kitchener. That's my rule with a Kitchener Ranger around. Mark Moose Messier, Pat Hughes, Dave Hunter, Willie Lindstrom, Ken the Rat Linsman, Dr. Randy Gregg, Euro Pozar, Charlie Huddy, Don Jackson, Dave Lumley, Dave Semenko, the Protector, Lee Vogelin, Tom Rolston. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Pat Conacher, Rick Chartra. Kenny Berry, Raimel Simonin, and Jim Playfair. Now there's Mike Bossy, perennial 50 goal scorer until his back just ruined him. Brian Trottier, Trot's still doing scoring and make First Nations representation. Brent Sutter, part of the 6 Sutter brothers in the NHL. You got Brent, you had Brian, you had Dwayne, you had Daryl, you have Rich and Ron. All that. Greg Gilbert, Johnny Tenali. Tenali's still around. Tenali and Nystrom. Danny Potvin still around. The first pick in the 73 draft by the Islanders. And Montreal was willing to give him 5 players for the pick for Potvin, but no, they didn't go. Bob Bourne, Butch Goring still around with the big helmet. Dwayne Sutter, so said Pat Fontaine. This was his rookie season. Clark Gillies has faltered a little bit. Thomas Janssen, Stephen Pearson, Anders Kalor, Wayne Merrick, Billy Carroll, Dave Lunchman, Ken Morrill, part of the American Ice. Pat Flatley's new to the team. Matt Halin, Gord Deneen, Paul Boutley, and Gord Lane. So there's been some changes from the 81-82 team I took up. 3 minutes left. Let's go! Moose Messier, his 7 from Gretzky and Lemley. 4 minutes later. Closer. Hit. 4 minutes later. Landers. It's Bourne for 2. Power play goal. Wee Willie Lindstrom, his 6th from Low, his 13th. 6 minutes later. Double hit. 2 minutes later. The score, Bossy's 17th. He's pretty good from Deneen and Goring. Makes it 2-1. Trying to kill the match, but they score. Brent Sutter from Bossy and Dwayne makes it 2-2. Man, the Sutter Bears are back in form. Where was this in 82? Well, it didn't matter. Luis does it again from Curry. 4 minutes later. Skiller! Dwayne Sutter. So both Sutter score with Pearson and Nice from 3-3. It's going to be one of those 80s classic goal stats. Connor Kelly to Boutillier. Curry, fuck. 5 minutes later. Shot? Oh, what is up? 3 minutes later. Throw the hats on the ice, and it's Patrick Moose from Carnage. Simpson. Mr. Anderson from Coffee, 25th. Six minutes later, Enforcer, fight. Langevin and Linsman, Ken the Rat. So we don't have Linsman for the rest of the game. They don't have Langevin. Do that. But they score. Tenelli, his 2nd from Bossy and Potvin, makes it 5-4. Uh-oh. And they score! Oh, are you kidding me? Greg Gilbert from Tenelli and Trotz. It's 5-all. We just had a 5-3 lead, and it looked like we were going to score. Now we're playing for 1 point against the Islanders. Jeez. Unfucking real. Well, we tied 5-5. We had a 5-3 lead. 8:57. The Islanders were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna keep Melanson in the net." I'm actually surprised they didn't just dump him off for like Kelly Rudy. I think they were going to say Billy Smith, but yeah, can't believe it. In the last minute and a half, Tonelli and Gilbert scored to ruin our win. We had a win right on our nose. So, guess what that means, boys and girls? Well, we won't tell you anyway. We won't tell you. Wheels Vancouver. But unfortunately, we can't do the Vancouver game because the rules of this playthrough is if we lose or tie, because we're in overtime, lose or tie, we must simulate the next game till we win. And we lost to Vancouver 6-5. Moog lost to Caprice. Frank Caprice? Capri Pants? Rhoda scored at 17:25 to the third period to win. Coffee, Hughes, Gretzky, Shutra. Coffee and Shutra Kitchener. Hey, Trevor. Honors went to LA 162. It will. This. So we have to lose. Edmonton, Vancouver. Well, we'll see what happens. And we won in overtime, 5-4. Overtime heroics. We were down 4-2, but Messi and Curry in the third, and in overtime, Linsman from Coffee and Hughes. So Fear beats John Garrett. So we won. So that means we get to continue. That means the next game we get to do. Well, we face the Islanders, but the problem is we can't face the same team twice within a video. We beat them 3-2. Moog beat Smith. Radich. Gretzky, Lindstrom, Messier. Kohler with 2 goals. Well, we're in New York to face the Rangers. So, on to New York. Moog takes on Steve Weeks. Yep, so we're facing the other New York team. Weeks is back up to Glenn Hanlon with Van Beesbrook and Ron Scott. Ron Scott. I think we played the Rangers like 3 times. Or am I wrong? Blaisdell and Steve Richmond. I think we're wrong, Mike. Well, Pierre LaRouche is the top guy for the Rangers. 50 goals scored for both the Penguins and the Canadiens. He was quite a character. Anders Hedberg from the WHA's Winnipeg Jets, still around. I think he died 3 years later, did he? Mark Pavlich, part of the American Ice team. Don Maloney, Kitchener. Or is it Dave Maloney? One of them's Kitchener Rangers. Mike, oh, is it Dave Maloney? Don Maloney was on London Night Spit. Mike Rogers, 100-point getter for the Rangers. Do people forget about that? Mark Osborne, Super Mark Osborne. Peter Sundstrom, Rachel Rutsalainen, who had a 4-goal game one night against my Islanders in '82. Gresh, shoot the puck, Barry Beck. Willie Huber, Mike Allison, Dave Maloney, Nick Fitu. Rob McClanahan with the whole American Ice. Jan Erickson, the Super Pest. Ken Eric Anderson, Mike Blaisdell, Mikko Lainen, who once had 6 assists in a playoff game. Tom Laidlaw, Robbie Ftorek. Can't believe they had him as a Ranger. Steve Richmond, James Patrick. Well, before he became better and better. And Bob Brook. I keep thinking he's a Miracle and Ice guy, but he's not. Regardless of. Yeah, Hanlon, Weeks, Van Beesbrook, Scott. First 2 minutes in the game. Yeah, Radich. 3 minutes later, Enforcer, aggression. And our fight, Hughes and Maloney. So we took Maloney out of the equation. Paired back. Well, we can't score. They can't score. And they just took another penalty, Maloney. So they took the penalty. I got rid of the Rangers. Score! Papa goal. Mr. Anderson. His 13 from Curry and Huddy. Let's go, Tablet. And that's a second. Back takes another penalty. Hey, Gretzky. Oh, man. Much later. Let's go. And we score! Power play goal. Moose Messier from Semenko Pusar. John Maloney scores from Rachel. We're down 3-2. Much later, Skier. I saw her, Don Jackson. Ooh, makes me feel good. Never meant to make your daughter cry. It's the 3-3 game, you know, and try. I saw Don Jackson. Ooh, makes me feel good. From Puzar and Greg. That's my new taunt for John Jackson. Osborne Sports Fresh. Fight. McClellan and Laylaw. Oh, we got Kevin McClelland. I would like Kevin McClelland. Oh, we got Kevin McClelland? All right. Action? Damn it. Coffee can't do any action. We got rid of Rolston for McClelland. Oh, okay. And Rangers get Barry back. Can we score to tie the game? Woo-doo! Skier! Papa probably go. A cup of coffee, fooey. I want an ice cap. Kitchener! Has 17 from Low and Gratz. We go overtime. We better win this one. Others from Lyman and Richo. Damn it! Losing overtime. Damn it, what is with our team? We could be the Cupcakes, but we can't be the Rangers? Unreal. 11-0 Winnipeg. We host Quebec. We can't do that because we lost, so we have to simulate. We win 4-3 as Milarchuk. Remember the name in 5 years. Lost to Moog. Quebec goes by Peter Stastny, Cote, and Pichat. Our goes by Lumley, Coffee, Kitchener, Curry, and Lindstrom. Well, the good news is our next game will be played because we have to. Adage. We go to Winterpeg, going to Winter Wonderland. On December 18th. I manage. So it's a battle of division rivals. We start Moog, they start Doug Sotart, who I think will be headed to Montreal soon. But anyway, yeah. Brian Hayward, who also will be a future Montreal Canadian, is to back up Mike Pfizer, Mark Bernhardt, and Ed Stanikowski. Winterpeg don't have their defenseman at 98 assists yet. Paul McLean, the Walrus, Dale Hawerchuk, the guy who saved the Winnipeg franchise because they picked him number one in 1981 when they had that 9-win season. Much better season next year. Lucien Debebois, Morris Lukowich, her brother Ed was a two-time Canadian champion in curling. Laurie Boschman, Bernie Christian, Brian Mullen, I forgot he was a Jet. I knew he was a Ranger. Scott O'Neill, Thomas Dean, who has number 25 retired by the Jets franchise. Doug Smale, one scored 5 seconds into a period. Dave Babbage, the second pick in the 1980 draft, although they should have taken Dennis Savard. Mo Mantha, Tim Young, Andrew McBain, Wade Campbell, Robert Picard, Ben Lundgren, Tim Waters, Ron Wilson. I don't know if it's the coach. Jim Kite, Don Spring, and Yurki Sepa. But remember, we're talking about the non-goalies. 5 minutes into the game. We score! Puzar! His third from Semenko and McClelland, the lesser known guys. 2 minutes later, Finalite Winterpeg, McLean. Voodoo, Skior, Papa Goal, Moose, Messier from Don Jackson and Vogelin, Citadel. 4 minutes later, we score! Kirby Dog, his 18th short trot with an assist in Gretzky. 2 minutes later, aggression, chance for Anderson, nuts. It would have been nice to get another goal. Don Jackson, of course. But we killed the zone, so that's the news. We're up 3-0 after 20 minutes. Gee, this team is 4 games above 500. I should have said that. That is important. Sometimes we should check that. I'm not telling you guys to shut your trap. I'm telling myself to shut my trap. Oh, well, we score. The great one, 24 from Greg and Lindstrom, 4-1. 4 minutes later, penalty for us, Jackson. And Moonquick scores from Mantha and Nolan. 2 minutes later. Let's make it 5. We do make it 5, and we will have Stanikowski come in the net. McClelland, his second from Lowe, and Puzar makes it 5-2. We're up 5-2, headed to the third period. Stanikowski will be in the net. It's good to go. That's 9-1, but no penalty. I think. McClelland decides to fight Wade Campbell. Okay. Number 4, Paul McLean from Sweeney Arnell. This is 5-3. That's ready for it. Empty nets. Are we okay? McLean. Woo! 5-4. We were up 5-2 and we almost choked it. Puzar, Messier, Curry, Gretzky, McClelland. The 19th, Winnipeg goes to Calgary and ties. We don't have a game. We host Winnipeg, but we would have that. Yeah, it's a home and home. We beat them 6-5. Soltart losing the Fear. Hey, Fear. Anderson, Messier, Lindstrom, Lindsman, and Cuddy. We were up 500. We never choked it. So we are near the Christmas break and we host Calgary. So we are going to play Calgary. I've cast my mind to Calgary. So yeah, so we are tied to Calgary, but they've played a lot fewer games. We've cast my mind to Calgary. Winnipeg 36, Vancouver 29, LA 15. Buffalo, Boston, Quebec, Montreal. Well, Buffalo looking pretty good. Hartford just can't catch up. Washington, New York, Philly, and the Islanders, and the Patrick, with Pittsburgh, New Jersey not catching up by 15. St. Louis and Minnesota looking good. Chicago, Detroit, Toronto are fighting it out. Gretzky's fifth with 24 goals. LaRouche, Goulet, Five and Gardner all have 26 goals. Wow, that's amazing. Argos against Guy, Mopes ninth. Jansen, Barrasso, Melanson. Pretty good goalies in their own right, but we'll see what ends up happening here as we try to smooth things out. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.